Hello everybody, welcome to the West Ham Way YouTube channel. It's Corey, and this, of course, the news is Jesse Lingard has signed for West Ham on a 6-month loan deal. He's, of course, coming from Manchester United. I believe the loan fee is around £1.5 million. Listen, I've been back and forth about this signing. I think I've seen a couple of opinions kicking around social media in recent days, and I think it is a good signing. I think he has technical quality. I don't think we've seen enough of that, particularly from him in the last 2 to 3 years. A lot of that is due to personal issues. You look at his time at Manchester United, particularly with their squad now, it's highly unlikely that he's going to get any chance or any type of game time. I believe he's going to come to us injury-free. That's a massive, massive positive. Again, you look at possibly the match fitness. Maybe he needs to get up to speed, but there's no doubt that he could be a good addition to this side. The key crux of the argument was, why would you bring in almost a number 10 and not a natural centre midfielder for that rotation option for Declan Rice or Thomas Souček? And the more I think about it, the more I discuss possible team selections, it gives us options. I mean, we look at particularly for Jarrod Bowen. He comes off around 10, 20 minutes before the end of the game. Lingard can play on the right-hand side. He can play in 10. He can play off the left as well. So he does give us a lot of options. He offers a lot of work rate. And I've said about his technical ability, and again, we haven't seen enough of that. But in terms of the work rate, I think he fits in with this David Moyes side. He is going to work hard, particularly against teams where we don't have possession. He's going to try and chase the ball down. In the press as well, he'll also be important. But the key thing, and the two key things for me, is A, he wants to come to West Ham. He's excited to come to West Ham from what I understand, and that's a huge plus. I think that fits in with Moyes' remit of getting players in that buy into the way he wants to play. But equally, the fact that he's worked with David Moyes before, and I think we've seen that when he come in around the second time. Declan Rice, Aaron Cresswell, a number of players there that he was already familiar with, that already bought into the way and the style of management that Moyes has. I think it's a really positive move, and it does offer something where a player like that, with his experience as well, European experience for Manchester United, experience across a number of cup competitions, big game experience, I think it is a little bit of a no-brainer. And I suppose people will say, well, the fee's a little bit big for a 6-month loan deal. To be honest, I don't care. I don't even think West Ham should be sweating about it. Ultimately, we shouldn't be sitting there haggling over a £1.5 million loan fee. Get him in, support David Moyes, give him a player that I'm interested to see how he utilises. Obviously, I mentioned him in the attacking midfield positions, but we could possibly, maybe at times, I doubt we'll see it, but maybe a false 9, possibly as a centre midfielder, as a number 8, maybe just having one pivot in there. I'm not sure. But what it does do is it adds to the squad depth. That is the most crucial element to this. Now, obviously, now Lingard has signed. We know that Benrahma has signed a permanent deal with West Ham. Hugely important transfer for me. I think he's improving game on game. You're seeing his off the ball work rate is phenomenal. Positioning, ball retention, we know, and he's being more decisive in the final third. And I think we're seeing him adding a little bit more quality to his game. And for me, it's just a matter of time before the goals and assists start to chalk up. So again, another exciting development. I've said this before, I've reiterated it throughout the entirety of the month. We need to bring in a striker now. Obviously, Hee-chan from Leipzig, that's off the table. Julian Nagelsmann's come out and said that he's not going anywhere. David Moyes, from what we understand, is still pushing for a striker now because of the issues with the domestic loans. It's going to have to be someone from a foreign league. So I'll be interested to see who it is. We've covered a long range of targets. Clearly, it's not going to be one of Moyes' first choice, but it's important we bring him back up for Mikel Antonio. We speak about it every single week. As much as Yarmolenko has surprised me in a few games recently, for me, he's not a backup number 9 to Mickey. He doesn't offer the same threat, can't drag defences out of position, changes the way we play. And you obviously saw when Mickey was out the side that how it affected it in terms of transition and in terms of pushing up further the field. So it is important we do sign a striker that fits in with our style of play, that David Moyes wants. And I think that's been the crucial thing in this window. Moyes is making the calls. We're not seeing any silly signings coming through the door that we know is a Sullivan signing. I think Moyes is being adamant about the players that he wants in. It's massively important to our development in terms of this season. It's massively important in terms of the team spirit, and hopefully he does get that man, whoever it may be. Possibly, I've mentioned Madja as well from Bordeaux. Again, a player that Moyes is familiar with. Can he cut in the Premier League? A lot of question marks, but certainly I just hope he gets that man that he needs. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much for joining me. Fingers crossed it's back Jesse Lingard all the way. I'm sure we will. I'm sure he'll do a sterling job for West Ham. I'll be excited to see him in a West Ham shirt and see what he has to offer. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. And until next time, take care.